Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, this article is really sort of celebrity, but it has to do with O.J. Simpson once more and him bragging about having a steamy hot tub encounter with Kris Jenner. Okay, so
That's when little mama catch you stealing.
I'm going to turn that down. It's probably an ad. And so, O.J. Simpson bragged about steamy hot tub hookup with Kris Jenner. This is by a Michael Kaplan, Philip Riccia out of the New York Post. So sorry for the clearing of my throat. Anyway, trying to get over a cold. But anyway, so O.J. Simpson bragged that he had a steamy sexual encounter with Kris Kardashian. It was his best friend's wife during the 1990s hot tub tryst that ruined their marriages and friendships, claims the disgraced footballer's former manager. And so that has something to do with it. Now, from what we've been known, is that this is why OJ was put in prison because of an incident that happened with Nicole and Robert that, um, well, actually, let's read. Well, let's read it, okay? All right. So Simpson said that he and his then wife Nicole and Robert and Kris Kardashian were in a jacuzzi one night while vacationing together, according to Norman Pardo in his new documentary, Who Killed Nicole? So Nicole and Robert turned in, leaving OJ and then 44 and Kris. At the time, this was their ages. Then he was 36, alone in the bubbling water. So Kris and Nicole they were good friends at the time. And so apparently there was some video that was attached to this, but we're not looking at it. We're just looking at this article. So OJ said that he stood up, pulled his shorts down, and I'll give you exactly what he said. Her eyes bulged out of her head, and I effed that bee until I broke her, Pardo recounts on camera in a segment previewed exclusively by the Post. So that was as messed up as you can possibly get. So the alleged one night stand had long-standing consequences for the four glamorous pals. So from what I'm understanding from that, what OJ told me, this is the person talking. Everything was great up until the little fling that they had, says Pardo, 55, who says he managed Simpson from 1999 to 2012 and has 70 hours of videotape of his former friend. So, from what I'm understanding, that's basically what I just read. It says this is Norman Pardo's words out of his mouth. It's been quoted that from what OJ told me, everything was great up until the little fling that they had. So the fallout from the hot tub incident damaged the relationships, contended Pardo. So the Kardashians divorced shortly afterward in early 1991, and the Simpsons split in early 1992. So that's what they say is cause of the splits of the marriages. So Pardo claims that Simpson told him the alleged affair also caused Kris, now known as Kris Jenner, the 63-year-old matriarchal manager of Kim, Khloe, and company, physical pain. So Kris Jenner explains why Kim Kardashian and Kanye West named newborns. So, okay. So that's an additional article, but I'm not reading that. So Simpson said that They had to take her to the hospital 2 or 3 in the morning. So Pardo continues in the movie that she came to OJ's room and said, "Can you take me to the hospital?" He said, "No, have Rob do it." Okay. And so this is Kris Jenner here. Simpson, he's now 71. He boasted of the rendevious, rendevious, okay, and the damage that his menacingly large manhood had apparently inflicted. To Pardo during the 2003 limo ride from Raleigh, North Carolina, to a paid appearance at the Atlanta nightclub, the ex-manager told the Post. And so Simpson, now at 71, boasted that, basically he had, I guess, had this sexual encounter with Kris Jenner, and then that was what, messed up the marriages between his wife and then her then husband. And then it also did some damage to her. So physical damage as well. So 3 years after the alleged hookup came a grisly 1994 murder. Now, this is what Simpson went to prison for: the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, while Robert Kardashian came around to join the so called Dream Team that represented Simpson during this murder trial. Pardo maintained that it was more out of a practicality than friendship. So when OJ was found not guilty, Robert Kardashian did not jump for joy, Pardo said. So there it is, quoted what Norman Pardo said. So Robert Kardashian died of cancer in 2003, just a month after her 1991 divorce from Robert. Kris married Olympic hero Bruce Jenner, who is now a woman now known as Caitlyn, then divorced in 2014. So Pardo said that he is currently shopping his 90-minute feature to distributors. And so it will get an online release June the 12th to mark the 25th anniversary of the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Robert Goldman. This is what's coming up in June on the 12th this year. So no longer on speaking terms with Simpson, Pardo said the alleged episode with Kris did not surprise him because Simpson had a thing about being the dominant male and objectifying women. So in one scene, the disgraced halfback recounts the cheeky conversation with a sexual conquest. The last girl told me if I wasn't 10 inches, she wasn't interested. So I said, I like you. I'm a little turned on, but I'm not going to cut 2 inches off for nobody. So Kris Jenner and O.J. Simpson did not return messages seeking comment. However, Simpson has previously denied ever sleeping with the television personality, telling former prison guard he befriended that he would never tap Kris. And in 2013, Kris Jenner shot down reports of an affair with the disgraced Gritty, Gritty Run. Great. Okay. So this is an absolute lie and not the truth. I have never had an affair with O.J. Simpson, she told the Touch magazine. So in her 2017 book, So the Secrets of My Life, Caitlyn Jenner refers to Simpson as the most narcissistic, egocentric, neediest a hole in the world of sports that he has ever seen. And so he has quite the enemies. And so I believe that is pretty much the article. So we will see what comes out of all of this because it's supposed to come back up in June the 12th. And I don't know if this has anything to do with all of this, but I'm going to click on it to see. And it's probably beginning with in the ad. So after this ad, If it is related to the article, we will see. It may or may not be related to the article. We don't know. Let's see. Doesn't look like it is. Unless it's just an additional commercial. This has to do with Memorial Day, which is being celebrated around American American holiday. So I don't know if any of this is true or not, but no, it doesn't look like it's related to this. Like this is additional news, but I could be wrong. It could be, sometimes they'll have like an article and they'll have like an ad and then they'll have additional things and then that will come up that are happening for the day and then they will get into the article and sometimes it's just ads. Okay, so no, it doesn't look like it's a part of this article, but it's crazy. It's right underneath. So maybe there was something and they may have gotten rid of it because of who it deals with. It, but this is something with Kris Jenner. I don't know that this is related or not. It may or may not be. She may be talking about something altogether different. Because a lot of times when these type of things come out to the surface, they pay for someone to try to delete some things or not talk about some things because they don't want this to get out. But I believe that these things are going to be released, I think June 12th, the guy said. Let's see what happens.
Wore home from the hospital the day she was born.
Okay, so I think this has to do maybe with just Kris. This is her family.
Lucrative empires in entertainment. As a little girl, Kris dreamed of being a housewife and mom. But that fairy tale life with Robert Kardashian was short-lived. When he filed for divorce, that was pretty devastating for you.
Oh, yeah. I went to the market one day and my credit card didn't work. And I'm like, I can't even buy a tomato.
Soon, a new man would catch her eye. Kris Jenner, an American hero. And together, they would achieve fame and fortune. But not everything was picture perfect.
You're going to make me psychotic.
You already are psychotic. There was obviously a big secret that Bruce was holding. Caitlin now says, from the beginning, you knew. A newly single Kris navigated her entire family to unimaginable triumphs. 700 million followers were influenced by you. Have you ever thought of using that to push a political agenda? Kris Jenner, the matriarch of the most famous family on the planet, who has taken every obstacle thrown her way and come out on top. Thank you so much for having me.
So that's just about Kris and her life. But this, whoever wrote this article about her and why her marriage really split up, the divorce in 2014 to all these divorces to Robert in 1991. This person apparently says it will get an online release June 12th to mark the 25th anniversary of the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Robert Goldman. Pardo said he is currently shopping his 90-minute feature to distributors. And so this Pardo guy is going to release something. It looks like it may be another controversial documentary that uncovers a lot more about the O.J. Simpson and Kris Kris Jenner and the whole issue between what happened back when they had this hot tub fling So with that being said, I'm gonna let this video go. What are your thoughts and feedback on that? Because this does not look good. It looks like another, I think this is the year where there's so much controversy coming out about different celebrities, different well-known name people. It's pretty sad. But anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna let this video go. I know I'm bouncing around, but like, comment, subscribe. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this may be true? That may be the reason why for all of the divorces happening? So we shall see. June 12th. Be looking for it. Thanks for listening.